Gospel singer Kambua has shared a very emotional story about her struggle with motherhood. For years, Kambua's life looked perfect on the outside. She was the gospel singer with a golden voice, the woman who lifted souls with her music. Behind the bright lights and the stage smiles, she carried a private ache, one that words could hardly capture. People whispered about her. Some said she's the woman who sings for God but cannot have children. These words were like knives, piercing deeper every time. The pressure, the stares, the endless questions, they all weighed on her. Doctors gave her news that could break anyone's spirit. You will never have children. For Kambua, it felt like the world stopped. She cried, she prayed, she wrestled with God in the silence of her room. But through the tears, one thing kept her going: hope. A fragile hope, but a hope nonetheless. 7 long years passed, 7 years of waiting, watching others celebrate new life, while she held her pain in secret. Some days she felt left behind, other days she clung to her faith like a lifeline. Then in 2019, the miracle came. Her son Nathaniel Muhoro was born. Tiny, fragile, just 1.65 kilos, fighting for his life in an incubator. She could only touch him through the glass, but that touch was everything. Nathaniel was proof that God still writes miracles into impossible stories. But the journey didn't end there. Kambua also walked through the valley of grief. She suffered a miscarriage, a loss she once carried in silence, ashamed of what people might say. And then in 2021, her heart broke again when her second-born son, Malachi, slipped away just days after birth. She describes the pain of hearing the words, "There is no a heartbeat," a pain only a mother can understand. Yet even in loss, she refused to stop believing. She spoke of her children in heaven as her angel babies. She carried them in her heart, not in her arms, and she still kept singing, even when her voice trembled with sorrow. Then came restoration. In 2022, she welcomed her daughter Natalie, her rainbow after the storm. This time, she stood before the world not just as a gospel artist, but as a mother who had walked through fire and come out stronger. Today, when Kambua shares her story, she doesn't just speak for herself. She speaks for every woman who has sat in silence, battling infertility, loss, or the cruel judgment of society. She reminds them that faith can carry you when nothing else does, that even when the waiting feels endless, miracles still happen. Her life is no longer defined by whispers of what she cannot do. Instead, it is defined by her resilience, her faith, and the children she carries both on earth and in heaven. Kambua's story is not just about motherhood, it's about courage, hope, and the God who turns tears into testimony.